large protest to stand up for science at UCSD. We'll listen to what people had to say.
A job fair like no other. I'm Abby Black with the unprecedented number of job applicants for the Gaylord Pacific Resort in the South Bay.
And this storm system brought wind, rain, and snow. It is still snowing here in the mountains where countless families spent the day.
High winds and heavy rain caused downed trees, one after another, in the middle of an El Cajon apartment complex.
From waterfalls to fireplaces, big ideas packed into small spaces, we have your Tiny Fest preview.
Imagine a shopping spree where everything is free. The Big Hearted program helping foster youth set up their very first home.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
And we begin tonight with rallies across the country, including here in San Diego, to stand up for science in the face of federal cuts that threaten scientific research. And tonight, UC San Diego alone is facing possibly losing more than $150 million in federal funding. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Richard Allen.
And I'm Shannon Handy. Both Carlo and Marcella are off tonight. More than 1,000 scientists and graduate students rallied outside the Geisel Library today to protest the cuts. As CBS 8's David Gofferson reports, it was at the same location where 1 year ago, police in riot gear had to break up a protest over the war in Gaza.
What do we do?
You could call them mad scientists because that's what they are.
What will we do? Stand up for science. When will we do it? Now.
Part of a large protest at UC San Diego to stand up for science in the wake of federal funding cuts by the Trump administration. We heard from a science historian.
My community of historians of science is freaking out right now as we look at the ominous resemblances between this time and science under dictatorships of the past.
And a graduate student with the Scripps Institution of Oceanography.
When funding is cut, it doesn't just impact researchers, it threatens the entire infrastructure that supports ocean science and resource management.
And a UC San Diego neuroscientist with a PhD from Harvard.
Already on this campus and throughout the country, there is a freeze on hiring new faculty. We must stand up for science, or we stand to lose a generation of scientists and all of the discoveries that they would make.
Friday's large gathering took place at the same location where violence broke out last year when police moved in to clear out a tent encampment set up by students protesting the war in Gaza. On that same spot, the university has now installed hammocks supported by metal poles, which seemed more welcoming to the scientists in attendance and their families.
We need to keep track of the attacks on our research, share what we are doing to resist, unite as a community, and stand up for science.
Once again, this was a very large gathering, probably more than 1,000 people, and some good news to report. The protest was entirely peaceful. At UCSD, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thanks, David. It was a job fair unlike anything we have seen before in San Diego County.
That's right. A lot of people out there looking for work. Take a look at this view from Chopper 8 of the massive line of job seekers at the Chula Vista Bayfront, all hoping to land positions at the new Gaylord Pacific Resort that plans to open in May. Now, we're told the first person in line got to Southwestern College at 3 this morning.
Wow. CBS 8's Abby Black reports from Chula Vista.
The massive Gaylord Pacific Resort project is still under construction. It promises hundreds of new job opportunities for our South Bay communities, with recruitment efforts beginning today at the inaugural job fair. What I thought would be your typical job fair, eager applicants dressed up with resumes in hand, turned into something I've never seen before.
The fact that there were 800 positions locally available was something we wanted to shout to the rooftops, and we wanted to make sure everybody heard it.
Oh, when they heard it, the line of diverse applicants hoping to work at Marriott's Gaylord Pacific Resort seemed endless.
I was like, I'm going to get there at 9:30. They start at 10. He was like, oh, no, might as well not get there. Get there at 6 or 6:30.
Luckily, Paulette Lopez listened to her dad.
I got the job!
We were there when she called her dad with the news that she landed her first job in hospitality.
First hire, first front desk person. Yes, I'm so excited.
Seeing the 1,600-room resort with restaurants, a water park taking shape, Lopez envisioned her future role.
I mean, you're the first person that everybody sees. You give them a welcoming environment.
While 800 positions are available at Southwestern College's job fairs, the resort will eventually create 4,000 permanent jobs across all departments, whether it be front of the house, food and beverage, security, and housekeeping.
Great hospitality starts with great people, and we're so excited to hire locally.
I found the competitive pay ranges from the minimum wage of $16.50 an hour to $30 an hour with benefits for full-timers.
We want to pair people with sustainable jobs.
The Chula Vista mayor says that the Resort and Convention Center is the biggest hotel on the West Coast and will bring a $500 million annual boost to the local economy.
This is going to be the People's Bayfront, and Gaylord's going to be the anchor behind it.
The job fair continues from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Southwestern College's library on March 8th, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Before attending, here's what you need to know. Apply online. Just go to cbs8.com/help button. Register for the fair and bring multiple resumes.
This gives people an opportunity to get in front of the hiring managers on the same day.
Nearly a half a mile from the entrance, we found Adana Villa at the end of the line.
It's so long. I never seen a line like that for a job fair.
Still, he says he'll wait as long as needed for a room's controller position.
I believe in it. I think it's going to help a lot of people, and I want to be part of it.
Reporting in Chula Vista, Abby Black, CBS 8.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of people looking for work. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you get hired on the spot. Okay, meantime, a powerful storm left more than just rain. In addition to some flooding and water rescues, last night's storm knocked down trees and left behind quite a mess to clean up.
And it also dumped several inches of snow in our local mountains, leading some school districts to call for a snow day. CBS 8's Jenny Day trekked up to Mount Laguna to get a closer look at how people are dealing with this blast of winter.
Yeah, more snow is falling now. 10 inches fell overnight in places like Palomar Mountain and here in Mount Laguna. You can see the snow piled up. The trees are beautifully covered. All just 45 minutes away from downtown San Diego is a complete winter wonderland. Trading sand toys for snow toys. San Diegans in the snow equals pure joy. Cold, wet, but still smiling ear to ear.
This is the most snow I've ever seen.
Where else could you be in the snow and at the beach within an hour, essentially?
Right.
It shows how diverse San Diego is, and it's beautiful city, great people.
A lot of people took the 8 East to Sunrise Highway to embrace the elements. We saw snow as low as Descanso, around 3,000 feet. Doesn't happen too often for us, and it's been a late start to the season, so we heard over and over again how lucky we are.
I like it a lot because we haven't been in the snow in a long time.
We're always hoping for snow in February, March, and if we get a day off or whatever, sometimes we skip school and come up. You know, it's so special.
Once a year or twice a year, we get to come here, and it's awesome.
Keep it going once you get it going.
Countless families making core memories. These guys know the trick to a good snowman is to roll it rather than pile snow on top.
Just saw it on a few movies and that one Charlie Brown episode.
Ready, 1, 2, 3. And for my sledders, go at your own pace. Once you wind up the mountain, there are several different size hills to choose from.
I like going to the top. I like going to the top.
Ooh, you're so brave.
I belly flopped.
These kiddos bundled up and made the trek from La Mesa.
I'm wearing snow boots, snow pants, thermals. A lot of snow and really cold. It's beautiful and fun.
With 10 inches of snow, it's sure to stick around through the weekend, but the warmer temps will turn the snow to slush. So be careful, bring an extra pair of clothes, and take your trash with you.
It was just snowing earlier today, so very fresh snow, so you want to be super careful. Drive slowly. Coming up here, it's a very curvy road.
The snow plows have been doing a great job clearing the roads, and so far, chains are not required.
It's super fun to look back on it and take some photos and really just be together. It's really nice.
Truly such a great day. Reporting on Mount Laguna, Jenny Day, CBS 8.
So cool, literally. A busy intersection in La Jolla is back open after it was hit by severe flooding. 4 cars got stuck last night along La Jolla Via Drive at Via La Jolla Drive. 3 people were rescued safely there. In Mira Mesa, 2 other drivers were saved from flooding along Carroll Canyon Road. The heavy rain also led to a number of downed trees around the county.
That's right. CBS 8's Regina Ureta talked with people in El Cajon where residents had trees come crashing down at their apartment complex during the downpour.
Well, Richard and Shannon, what I'm going to show you is just a testament of how badly the rain and those winds were here in El Cajon. Right behind me, you can actually see the root of this tree that fell over. This is the concrete that actually was ripped out from that tree. Follow me. This is just one tree, one after another. These are down trees in the middle of an apartment complex, and these are just inches away from people's units, what you're looking at. And this is all from just what we experienced from that winter storm. People are already here. This is just crews who are cleaning up some of the mess that this tree came. But again, look at this how big this tree is, and other trees that fell in the middle of this patio here in the apartment complex. So you can obviously understand the concern and of course the fear that many residents are experiencing right now, especially as we're days away from another storm hitting. We have reactions from some of these residents. Take a listen.
This is a situation that could have affected so many people. It could have hurt so many people. It could have hurt little children. It could have hurt somebody that has health problems like myself that doesn't really know where to turn for answers. When I have anxiety or something like that happens, I had to call, friends from upstairs, tell them to come down, let them know that something almost went through, their home.
And the woman you just heard, her name is Tammy Haskin. She actually lives here in these apartments. She reached out to us after noticing that she was inches away from that tree hitting one of her units. So this is video that we caught at the apartment building. What you're looking at is one of the trees on top of several others that fell over in the middle of what looks to be a small patio area. The winds ripped through these trees and they fell just inches away from some of these apartment units. These are units where people were sleeping at the time. The residents we spoke to tell me this all happened around 10 p.m. last night. So they say when these trees hit the ground, it sounded like gunshots and it felt almost like an earthquake, but fortunately no one was injured. That area where people walk in and out of their apartment is a mess, and we did see crews starting to clean up some of the branches and trying to figure out how to cut the trees in half to start removing them. But now residents, of course, want answers from the property owner. And again, as mentioned, people here want answers from the property owner, especially as they noticed just trees, one after another, falling just inches away from their unit. They were so close to actually coming in front of one of these trees, being hurt by one of them. So they want to know from the property owner what he has plans to do so this doesn't happen again. I'm in El Cajon, Regina Ureta, CBS 8.
All right, Regina, thanks so much. Still ahead, the big business of tiny homes.
We have a preview of Tiny Fest, which is taking over the Del Mar Fairgrounds, which displays tiny homes of all shapes and sizes.
Well, you saw in Jenny's report earlier today, we still had some snow in our local mountains, but everything is drying out as that storm system is exiting out. But it's left behind some pretty cold air that you're going to feel, especially across the inland valleys tonight. We'll get to those details after the break.